እኔም ፋኖ ነኝ አትግደሉኝ ብለን ድምጻችንን ለማሰማት ነው። ፋኖ ለከፈለው መስዋዕትነት መመስገን፣ መሸለም፣ መበረታታትና እውቅና መሰጠት ሲገባው በየመንገዱ እየታደነ በየቤቱ እየተለቀመ በተኛበት በቦምብ እየተገደለ ነው። ይህ አስነዋሪ ድርጊት ኢትዮጵያዊ የሆነ ሁሉ እንዲቃወመውና የፋኖ ውለታ በዚህ መልኩ መከፈል እንደሌለበት ድምጻቸውን ማሰማት ይኖርባቸዋል። ዛሬ ለፋኖ ድምጽ ሆነን ብንወጣ በአማራ ሕዝብ ላይ በየቦታው የሚደርስበት ጥቃትና ሰቆቃ ሳናነሳ ማለፍ አንችልም። ብዙ ችግር አለ። ጊዜው እየከፋ ነው። ስለዚህ ሁላችንም ፋኖ ሆነን ካልተወጣ ነው ከዚህ የከፋ ህልውናን የሚያሰጋ ሁኔታ ላይ ይጥለናል። ፋኖ ነኝ ማለት ለኛ ለትውልድ ኢትዮጵያን ምንድነው? አሜሪካን ሀገር እየኖርን እንደነሱ ታጥቀን ውጊያ መሄድ አንችልም። ግን በብዙ ነገር ህዝባችንን መርዳት እንችላለን። አንደኛ ህዝባችን ላይ የሚደርሰውን ግፍና ዘር ተኮር ጥቃት ማውገዝ፣ ፌስቡክ፣ ትዊተር ላይ አክቲቭ መሆን። ሁለተኛ አድቮኬሲና ዲፕሎማሲ ላይ መስራት። ቦታችንን ሌቨሬጅ አድርገን ተጠቅመን ኮንግረስ ያሉ ተወካዮቻችን ፖሊሲ ሲያወጡ የአማራውንና የሀገራችንን ጥቅም የሚጠብቅ እንዲሁም መንግስት ላይ ጫና እንዲያደርጉ ማድረግ። ሶስተኛ በገንዘብና በቁሳቁስ መርዳት። አራተኛ በኢትዮጵያ ላለው አማራ እንዲደራጅ በሀሳብ መደገፍ። አምስተኛ በአካባቢያቸው ያሉ የአማራ ማህበራትን በመቀላቀል ለአማራ ህዝብ አጋርነትን ማሳየት። እንግዲህ እዚህ ስንገኝ ዝም ብለን መተን ተሰብስበን ይሄድን እንዳይመስላችሁ። እዚህ ዛሬ እንደዚህ ተሰብስበን በአንድ ላይ መገኘታችን ትልቅ መልእክት አለው። ይሄው አንደኛው በኢትዮጵያ ላሉ ለመላው አማራ ትልቅ ድጋፍ ይሰጣል። ሙቭመንት ይጀምራል፣ ያበረታታል። እንደምታውቁት ብዙ የተቃውሞ ሰልፎች አቴንሽን ይስባሉ፣ ብዙ ሰዎች ያውታል። ይሄም ደግሞ በመንግስትም ላይ ሆነ በማንኛውም አማራን በሚያጠቃ ድርጅት ላይ ጫና ይጥላሉ። የሚሰራው ግፍ እንዲቆም እንዲቀንስ ያደርጋል። አትርሱ፣ አማራው ከምናስበው በላይ ኃይል አለው። ኃይላችንን መጠቀሚያው ጊዜው አሁን ነው። አመሰግናለሁ። አሁን ደግሞ ቢኒያም ተናውን ያደርጋል።
Thank you very much for having me. My name is Kawጠው. I'm the son of Dr. Kawጠው, the NASA scientist and politician. But just like many people here, in my family line, we have people that have helped build Ethiopia. My great-great-grandfather was Fatauri Gebreye, the main general to Emperor Tedros. And my great-grandfather was Kanyazmach. My grandfather was a sergeant in the army fighting against the Italians. And this is the legacy of the people that stand up for Ethiopia. Every person here has a similar story. So the question is, when is Ethiopia going to stand for us? When is the rest of Ethiopia going to say, Baka? Right now what's happening is the Ethiopian government is killing the same people that kept the TPLF, Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, and the Oromo Liberation Front from taking over Addis, the Fanos. The Fanos, the Amhara volunteers, the Amhara militia volunteers, literally sold simple things, cattle, everything, in order to buy guns to protect Ethiopia. But now they're being betrayed, they're being attacked, they're being assassinated by the Ethiopian government, and we're saying that's enough. Baka. Do you agree with me that we say this enough? Do you agree with me that it's time to say enough? Fanos are the original patriots of Ethiopia. They stopped everything in their lives to defend Ethiopia. Right now, it's the Amhara region, the Afar region that's protecting Ethiopia. But the Ethiopian government is betraying Amhara and Afar region. We stand with Amhara region. We stand with the brave fighters in Afar. And we say, Baka. We're asking the rest of Ethiopia to stand up and understand what's happening right now. We have to start having the honest dialogue, the honest conversation. For the last 50 years, there's been a dance between Tigrayan control, Tigrayan extremist control, and Oromo extremist control of Ethiopia. There's 90 ethnic groups in Ethiopia. There's more than enough room for everyone to be happy, healthy, get along. But that's not what's happening. As a result, we have an Amhara genocide that's going on. Amharas are attacked daily. Out of the over 110 million Ethiopians there, 11 million are now displaced. And this is happening because of people that are associated with the Tigrayan Liberation People's Front and the people that are associated with the Oromo Liberation Front. That's it. We solve those two problems, we have a peaceful Ethiopia. So when is Prime Minister Abiy going to stand up for the innocent? When is Prime Minister Abiy going to stand up for the Fanos, for the Amharas, for the Afars? I'm confused. We stood up for Ethiopia, whether it was here, whether it was there. We were the first ones. You can never tell and say that an Amhara as a group or as an individual gave up on Ethiopia. There's no liberation fronts. There's no desire to separate or destroy Ethiopia. Look around. We only have the Ethiopian flag. There's only the Ethiopian flag. But the two groups, the TPLF and the OLF, keep destroying Ethiopia. And there are groups in the United States that are betraying us and Ethiopians. And then they tell us to be quiet. There are people here in our community that tell us to be quiet when we talk about the Amhara genocide. When we talk about the needs of the Amhara people. When we talk about the needs of the Afar people. When we talk about the needs of Ethiopia, they say be quiet. So I say to you, don't work with those people. They're liars. When they raise the Ethiopian flag, they're just trying to take your money. They're trying to take your free work. They're lying to you that they care about Ethiopia. They don't. They cared about Ethiopia, they'd be here today. They cared about Ethiopia to attack the exact people that kept him in power. The Fanos did that. The Afars did that. They kept Ethiopia together when Abiy Ahmed's Oromo-led generals ran and hid. Cowards. But the Fanos stood and protected Ethiopia. The Afars stood and protected Ethiopia. Why is it so difficult to be honest about that? Well, maybe the intentions of too many people in Abiy Ahmed's government is to make an Oromo-controlled Ethiopia, just like the Wayanis had for 30 years. And we have to be honest about that. There's lots of signs. Started with Burayu, suburb of Addis Ababa, 2018. The Oromo extremists sent young people, Keros they call them, and they literally called out Amharas and Gurages, killed them in the streets. This is the capital city of Ethiopia. Would any American allow that to happen in Washington, D.C., or Los Angeles, or New York? No. So we say, Baka. We say, Baka. And we demand that the rest of Ethiopia stands up for the rights of the Amharas, for the rights of the Afars, for the rights of the rest of Ethiopia. There cannot be this hegemony this control, this dance between extremist Tigrayan ideology and extremist Oromo ideology. You know what's going to happen if it continues? War. You think people will just sit and take it? I don't think so. Do you think that we're just sitting here and saying, okay, that's fine? That's not what's happening. Let me tell you different. Let me tell you very different. To those Ethiopians that were thinking that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed was good for Ethiopia, let me tell you, beginning Burayu, which is a suburb of Addis Ababa, 2018, he had the chance to start fixing Ethiopia. We helped him. I was at his rally. I cheered for him to be a new hope for Ethiopia. I kept this flag up. When I was at that rally, they had OLF flag, other flag, and I was confused. I thought I was at an Ethiopian rally. But he let the deaths of Amaras, Guragis, Gedeos to keep happening. Let me tell you something. Let me give you an example. Gedeos are a minority in Ethiopia. There's only 2 million of them. 1 million have been internally displaced. 1 million, half, by Oromo extremists. Abiy Ahmed let that happen. 5 million Amaras are now just internally displaced. That's bigger than some European countries. Abiy Ahmed let that happen. 11 million, over 10% of the Ethiopian population is now internally displaced. That's because of TPLF, Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, and OLF, Oromo Liberation Front ideology. Abiy Ahmed made that happen. Originally, I wasn't going to even talk about his name, but now I want him to know I'm calling him out. Because I say Baka. We're saying Baka. And I'm saying I'm not afraid of you. And we're saying we are not afraid of you. And you're turning our country, our beloved Ethiopia, that all Africans look towards, into something it should have never been. An apartheid, racist system that is going to be perpetually in war. You're doing that, not me. You're doing that, not us. You chose to be Prime Minister. Then you lied to people to keep you in power. Then you had the opportunity to change the Constitution from the racist Constitution that the TPLF put in power, and you decided not to. You know why? Because the Oromo Liberation Front thinking people want you to keep it. Is that true or is that not true? So, Abiy Ahmed, we're confused. You see us, look at us. We're here for Ethiopia, but you're having us murdered every day. There's an active Amara genocide in Ethiopia happening now. And anybody that believes in Ethiopia, they attack. In fact, they call them slave. They call them Nathaniel. They call them Baria. They call them Safari. They call them Mati. But Naga, who lied and said he was for Ethiopia, called the Amaras and Agaus that were in Benishangul Gumuz just within a month of them being attacked by Oromo extremists, he called them Meti. Is that the kind of person you want running the Ministry of Education? No. No? Now he's causing all kinds of discrimination specifically against Amara students. There was just a demonstration at Debre Berhan University just a few days ago. Are these the people that should be running Ethiopia? Are these the people that are going to make Ethiopia the beautiful thing it used to be? No. What they're doing is they're pocketing the money and the image and the prestige just like the Wayanis did. They're waving the Ethiopian flag while they're stealing and looting out the back door, just like the Wayanis did. We were going from one extreme group to another extreme group. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to have peace? Let me tell you, I get phone calls all the time from every ethnic group, not just Amaras, that are saying, Biniam, come help us. We want to work with you, Amaras. I didn't even want to be called an Amara. I don't think anybody here originally wanted to be called an Amara. We didn't talk like that in our homes. We said we were Ethiopian, right? We said we were Ethiopian. It was other people that called us Amaras. In fact, I remember I was 9 years old here in Los Angeles, an Oromo man who hated, this is an important story, that hated the monarchy, hated the Orthodox Church, hated the concept of Ethiopia. He was the first one to call me Amara. I was confused. 9 years old in church. The man's like 30-something years older than me, over 40 years old. I was like, what do you mean? I thought I was Ethiopian. Everybody knows I'm mixed too. It's not like it's a question, right? But he's calling me, you Amara this, Amara that. Well, guess what? I'm not hiding it anymore. I am Amara. You think I'm ashamed? You gotta be kidding me. Look at me. Do you think I'm ashamed? Do you think we're ashamed? Shame on you. You're the traitor. You're the bondman. You sold out Ethiopia. Come to me. Come be in my face. I'll show you who's the traitor. I stood for Ethiopia. My family stood for Ethiopia. Who did you stand for? So the people that stood for Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed's, now his regime, are assassinating those people. They should be worshiping and praising the fathers. For the ones that died, they should be giving money to their families. Why is it that Abiy Ahmed's regime is assassinating the fathers? Why is it that the people that support that regime are telling us to be quiet about the Amara genocide? We say backdown to that. And we're asking, why does any other Ethiopian feel okay about that? Guess what? They're coming for you too. You know why they're coming for you too? Because they know if they intimidate us, your scrawny little group is easy. That's why they call you body. When you wave the Ethiopian flag, they want to intimidate you. Because they know that if you don't have a big group like us to stop it.
I know, but I'm asking him, what does his sign say right here? I understand that, but I'm asking the question, what can you read his sign?
So, we say bakan to that.
Oh, where?
Nobody can call me a racist.
Oh, watching.
Nobody can call me an extremist.
And silent is a crime.
Even though they try. You want to know what an extremist is? An extremist is a person that says, I want to destroy Ethiopia. That's what OLF ideology is. That's what ONEG is. There's no such thing as Shemne. It's a game. It's not true. It's only OLF, Oromo Liberation Front. Oromo Liberation Front. They're trying to separate themselves from Ethiopia. Oromos that stand up to them, they try to silence them too. So Oromos, do you want to be with them or do you want to be with us? Do you want to be with the people that want to destroy Ethiopia or do you want to be with the people that love Ethiopia? You decide. We're saying baka. We're saying enough to that. So the solutions are pretty simple. Don't ask us to join your protests. Don't ask us to join your group. Don't ask us to give you money. We won't do that anymore. We stand for Ethiopia. When Ethiopia is an issue, we give our money, we give everything that we can. There's not a question when it comes to us. We're not a separatist. We don't believe in extremist ideology. We've never wanted to destroy Ethiopia. We love Ethiopia. So the question is, when do you want to be an Ethiopian to those people? Our answers are we are Ethiopian, but we're not ashamed to say we're Amara. I'm Amara. I'm Fano because I stood up for this cause. We are Fano. Are we Fano? Yes. Is it time for us to start coming out and talking about why we are Fano? Fano, we are for you in Ethiopia. Trust me, we're organizing. Do I look afraid? Do we look afraid? No. No. And we won't be quiet. We won't be shushed. Don't ask us for anything if you're not going to stand for us. If you're not going to stand for the Fano, the heroes that stood for Ethiopia when Abiy Ahmed's army ran and hit and then shot the Fannos from behind. That's the kind of cowards they are. Am I lying? Did I lie at all about any of this? No. We won't be quiet. We won't be shushed. We won't be told that we're extremists and be quiet. No. There's nothing extreme about wanting to live. There's nothing extreme about wanting to love Ethiopia. So these are the solutions. This is how you fix the problems that you created. You know who I'm talking to. I'm going to tell you right now. There was a man I used to respect in one of these groups in the United States. He told me 3 things that really bothered me. The first thing he told me was that Abiy Ahmed should never, I told him Abiy Ahmed's army should have never left Tigray. He told me I made a mistake. And I said, why? It was the right thing to do. But then, that means that all the people that opposed TPLF in Tigray were murdered. That means that Amara region was invaded by the TPLF army. That means that Afar region was invaded by the TPLF army. And the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed allowed that to happen. Are you okay with that? But that guy told me I needed to get in line. And he runs one of those big groups. Then I asked him, well, I don't agree with you, but I'm willing to help. This is my family. This is what I believe. You know that I help with the Amara cause, with the Ethiopian cause. How can I help? And I called him older brother, Wandem Gashi, my protector older brother. He's supposed to be protecting me. You know what he told me? Biniam, get the Amaras in line. This is the guy that runs these groups that they say they're Ethiopian, right? But they want your money, they want your free labor, and they want you to get right behind them. And then if you say help, they tell you something like, get the Amaras in line. But there's no Amara genocide, right? That's what they say. There are people here in this community that talk like that too. Been here a long time. I was just talking about one of the ladies earlier that says things like that. Let me tell you, the Oromo Liberation Front armies have displaced 3 million Amara people. 3 million. You understand this number? 3 million. That's bigger than some European countries. 2 million have been displaced by TPLF. That's 5 million. That's what is documented. It's probably more than that. Nearly daily, Amaras or anything that looked like them are slaughtered by the Oromo Liberation Front armies and their helpers. And the Abiy Ahmed regime tells you to be quiet. He'll say prayers for other countries. He'll say prayers for other leaders. But when we talk about the needs of the Ethiopian people, and specifically Amaras, Gurages, Gedeos, all these, even Rastafarians that live in Ethiopia, his Oromo extremist government says be quiet. Are you okay with that? We say bakat to that. Then he was telling or having his government tell the world that he wasn't negotiating with TPLF. Lying. Was he negotiating with TPLF? He was. And now there's a ceasefire, which would be a good thing, except Amara region is still being destroyed, Afar region is still being destroyed, and there's no compensation, there's no reparations for those murders. And while that's happening, the Oromo Liberation Front style thinking PP Abiy Ahmed government is assassinating our heroes, the people that kept Ethiopia together. Are you okay with that? Let me tell you the final thing this man told me. And I still call him Wandem Gashi. I said, I'm really confused, but okay. I called him while he was in Addis. It was an hour-long conversation. I paid for it. It wasn't free. And I said, well, we have these urgent issues. We need to protect the innocents. We need to arm the Fannos, the Amaras, the Afars. He said, well, okay. I said, but as well, we need to change this apartheid constitution. He said, Biniam, we're not changing the constitution for 30 years. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So we're not helping on the urgent issues, the needs of the people, but also we're not working on the issues like changing the constitution that caused the problem in the first place. He says, no, this isn't an urgent issue. Let me tell you, this man is at the top. He talks with the Ethiopian government on a regular basis. That means the Ethiopian government has no intention of making Ethiopia what it was and what it should be. Did you hear what I just said? So that means that these groups and some of their leaders, not all of them, but some of their leaders are telling us they believe in Ethiopia and they're lying to our face and taking our money and taking advantage of our love for Ethiopia and telling us to be quiet when we talk about Amara genocide, Afar under attack, Gorages being attacked in their businesses, Gedeos being displaced like popcorn. They don't care. So, the solution is to do the reverse. We organize. We organize. Because we are going to take care of our people. We're going to take care of the needs of Ethiopia. But this is sad because now Ethiopia won't have peace. Because the people that told us that they would give us peace lied to us. So the solutions are take care of the innocent people, protect the farmers, tell the world, I am farmer, we are farmer. Are we farmers? Yes. We are farmers. We're coming out in public. We're letting everyone know. We're not hiding. I'm not covering my face. We're not covering our faces. The change is coming today. The change is coming today. We are saying Bakban to the end of Ethiopia. We're going to make it new Ethiopia. We say Bakban to all this death and destruction that the PP government has taken. We encourage other Ethiopians to join us. It's up to you. We're going to go ahead and do the work. We say Bakban to everything else. Thank you very much. I appreciate you hearing from me. Trust me. We're going to make the change. Thank you.
አሁን ደግሞ ከሳን ዲዬጎ የአማራ ማህበር አቶ ግዛቸው
እሺ እንግዲህ እኔም ፋኖ ነኝ የሚለው ሰልፍ ባለሰሳት በሰሜን አሜሪካ የመጀመሪያው መሆኑን ነው አስገንዘብ የምፈልገው። በተለይ በአማራ ማህበር በሎስ አንጀለስ እና የአማራ ማህበር በካሊፎርኒያ ሳን ዲዬጎ በሁለቱ አዘጋጆች በሁለቱ ማህበራት አዘጋጆች አማካኝነት እኔም ፋኖ ነኝ በሚል መሪ ቃል መነሻ ውይይታችንን ወይም ሰልፋችንን አድርገናል። ይህ ማነቃቂያ ወይም መጀመሪያ እንጂ በፋኖ ዙሪያ ላይ በእንደዚህ አይነት መንገድ ጀምረን የማንጨርስ መሆኑን መታወቅ መቻል አለበት። ምክንያቱም ለአማራ ሕዝብ መዳኛው ወይም የአማራ ሕዝብ ከገጠሙት ፈተናዎች ውስጥ መዳኛ ብለን የምናስበው አንዱ በተደራጀ በፋኖ ኃይል ነው ብለን ስለምናስብ በፋኖ ላይ የሚደረጉት ጥቃቶች በሙሉ ይመለከቱናልና ወደፊትም በፋኖ ዙሪያ ላይ የሚደረጉትን እንቅስቃሴዎች አጠናክረን የምንቀጥል ይሆናል። እንግዲህ በመጀመሪያ የዚህ ይቅርታ ትንሽ አጥር ያለ ጽሑፍ አዘጋጅቻለሁና ያችን ባንባት ደስ ይለኛል። በመጀመሪያ እዚህ ያሰባሰበን በሀገራችን ኢትዮጵያ በተለይም በአማራው ማህበረሰብ ዘንድ ዘርን ለይቶ በሚደረገው ግድያ፣ የማፈናቀል፣ የቤተሰብ ብተና፣ ሀገር ተረካቢ ትውልዶችን የማምከን ስራ እየተሰራ ከመሆኑ በተጨማሪ ከውጭ ጠላትም ሆነ ከውስጥ ባንዳዎች ደሙን ገብሮ ባቆያት ሀገሩ ኢትዮጵያ ላይ እንዳይኖር ተፈርዶበት እየተሳደደ ይገኛል። የአማራ ማህበረሰብ ሀገሩንም ሆነ ራሱን ለማስጠበቅ በፋኖነት ተደራጅቶ የሚቃጡበትን ጥቃቶች የማምከን ባህሉ የዳበረ ከመሆኑም በላይ ሀገርን ከማፍረስ ሲታደግ ቆይቷል። ፋኖነት በሰላም ጊዜ ሰላማዊ ህይወቱን ለመምራት በተሰማራበት ማንኛውም ስራ የልማት አርበኛ የሆነ በችግር ጊዜ ደግሞ ከራሱም አልፎ ለሀገር ደሙን የሚገብር ያትንኩኝ ባይነት ወኔ የተላበሰ ሀገር ወዳድ ጀግና ነው። የቅርብ ጊዜውን እንኳን ብንወስድ የብልጽግና መንግስት ከህወሓት ጋር በከፈተው ጦርነት ህወሓትን ደምስሻለሁ፣ ዱቄት አድርጋለሁ እያለ የተሳሳተ መረጃ ሲሰጥ መቆየቱ ይታወሳል። ከዚህ ቀጥሎ ግን አቅቶትም ይሁን በሴራ በሺዎች የሚቆጠሩ ወታደሮችን አስጨፍጭፎና አስማርኮ እጅግ ብዙ ከባድ መሳሪያ ጥሎ ከትግራይ በመውጣት የጦርነቱ ዋና ገፈት ቀማሽ ሰላማዊው የአማራንና የአፋርን ህዝብ እንዲሆን ማድረጉ የሚታወስ ነው። በግልጽ ህወሓት እንበቀለዋለን ብላ እየፎከረችበት ይህንን የትግራይ ድንበርተኛ የአማራ ህዝብ ቁሞ ሳይመክትለት ሰራዊቱን እያሸሸ ደብረ ብርሃን አፋፍ ድረስ ፈርጥቷል። በዚህ አሳፋሪ የታሪካችን ክፍል የአማራ ህፃናት፣ ወጣቶችና ጎልማሶች ተረሽነዋል። ሴቶች ከህፃን እስከ ነፍሰ ጡር እስከ መነኩሲት በቡድን ተደፍረዋል። ሀብቱ ተዘርፏል። ተቋማቱ ተመዝብረዋል። ከዝርፊያ የተረፈው ጥሪቱ ወድሞበታል። ይህ ሁሉ ሲሆን መንግስት በቀደመ ጊዜ የአማራውን ትጥቅ ይቅርና ዱላ መያዝ ከልክሎት ባዶ ያስቀመጠው እንደመሆኑ ከፍተኛ ጉዳት ደርሶበታል። ጦርነቱ